Great to be back. This is the Creek Catch-Up, and this is our first edition because we're back racing on the Saturday night circuit, our Metro circuit on Saturday night, which is New Year's night. So Happy New Year's to everyone. Hopefully you stayed safe, enjoyed the night, and we look forward to a big and bright year coming up in 2022. We've got to start with the big winners so far. Pete McMullen, without doubt, he's our star driver not only here in Queensland but in the country. He's wrapped up both titles, the National Drivers' Premiership and also the State Premiership. First driver to crack 300 plus wins for a single season. So a job well done to Pete, and the Albion Park Harness Racing Club are putting on a big night on Saturday night. There's 300 hamburgers up for grabs. So if you're in the area, get down to the track at Albion Park, be part of the festivities because they're going to be handing out plenty of hamburgers as a mark of respect for Pete after being the first Queensland driver to achieve that milestone, 300 wins in a single season. And we're just trying to do our calculations. Grant Dixon is still right in the mix as far as the National Trainers' Premiership is concerned. This one's going right down to the wire between him and the Tasmanian Ben Yole. So next week we'll certainly have confirmation, but there's every chance that Grant might be able to walk away with that. So that would be huge for Queensland to have the leading driver and the leading trainer in the country. So here's hoping that might be able to play out. But as I said, we'll have confirmation of those numbers with Grant Dixon and Ben Yole next week. Now, there's plenty of news going around as far as the horse movement is concerned. Now, Colt 31, speaking of Grant Dixon, his star performer, $1 million plus earner, 3 times Queensland Harness Horse of the Year, yet to go to Sydney, but it won't be too long before he heads down there. So just keep an eye out. You might see Colt 31 popping up at Menangle fresh into the new year. So we wish Connections all the best with that movement there with Colt 31. Scarlet Babe, the star mare, last start Albion Park winner. She's now left the stables of Vicky Rasmussen and Shane Graham. Owner Daniel Cordina wanting her back in Sydney because they want to have her ready for the Group 1 Ladyship Mile. So she's now joined the stables of Robbie and Kerry Ann Morris. Scarlet Babe, the last start winner. And Pelosi is now back in Australia. She had a 5-start campaign in New Zealand for Crown and Chrissy Dalgetty, but owners Wayne Honan and Anna Woodmansey have elected to bring her back to Australia, and she has arrived safely back on Aussie soil. So keep an eye out for Pelosi going forward. There's plenty of movement as far as the human variety is concerned as well. Darren McCall has made the move from Sydney to Queensland, so he's now back in his home state. So that's great to see Darren McCall back competing here on the tracks here in Queensland, in particular at Albion Park. We've got news confirmed that Tim Budd, early in the new year, so probably this month, January, he's going to be moving permanently to Queensland. He's found a property on the north side of Brisbane, and he's going to be training his team up there, and he might even dabble with a few pre-training horses as far as the thoroughbred code is concerned. So more on that in time to come. And Luke Whitaker, this is a young guy that can drive. He's now made the move from New Zealand to Queensland, and he's based with Darryl Graham as well. So if you're looking for that concession driver, you won't go too far wrong with Luke Whitaker. He's worked with some of the best stables in New Zealand. Tony Herlihy, Barry Purdon, Mark Jones, Mike Berger, Nicky Chilcott, the list goes on. So don't be afraid to put Luke Whitaker on if you are looking for that concession reinsman. Sad news coming through during the week, and it's disappointing in many ways. Copy that. He's succumbed to injury in Victoria. He failed first up in the Cranbourne Cup, and then he kicked out at the rail, hurt himself, and he's going to be out of action for some time, which means we won't get to see Copy that back during the Tab Constellations in July. He was a star last year during our Winter Carnival. We were hoping to see him back later this year, but unfortunately he won't be ready in time. The main aim now for Copy that is the New Zealand Cup coming up in November. Great to have the new sponsorship on board as far as the mild weight is concerned now with Albion Park. This starts on Saturday night. Pelican Waters Resort up on the Sunshine Coast. The crew are involved now with the Albion Park Harness Racing Club. So each and every mild rate is now sponsored by Pelican Waters Resort. So it's great to have them on board. And don't forget the APG, that is fast approaching, coming up at the end of this month, being staged this year at the Gold Coast Magic Millions Complex. And those catalogues are available. So contact the club, or you can go straight to the website apgold.com, and you'll be able to get more information. But those catalogues are available, and it's a big catalogue for the Queensland sale as well, and that starts off the APG sales this year for 2022. Brisbane, Melbourne and Sydney, so there's a lot to look forward to there. That is the Creek catch-up for this weekend. We look forward to a great night of racing coming through. 9 races, 5:12 start time, the free-for-all, Turn It Up, the Last Start Christmas Cup winner. He goes around in the final race. Drawn 6 in a field of 6 over the mile, so we'll wait to see Turn It Up in that final race. We'll see you trackside this weekend.